What's good, y'all, man? I'm super excited to say Aaron Noland has hit the transfer portal, man. Outstanding quarterback from Ohio State. Didn't get a chance to play. Obviously, he's behind a steep crowd there at Ohio State, man. Bringing in several quarterbacks. Obviously, Will Howard this year. Brought in a Sane as well, Julian Sane as well, man. I'm excited for him. Now, I'm not excited that he's in the portal, but I'm excited for the opportunity this kid could potentially get. Right, this kid was a stud. Was number 5 quarterback in the 2024 class, as we can see. Like I said, they just didn't get a chance to play. But when I got a chance to see him, man, the kid was special, right? He won a state championship, the first ever at Langston Hughes, man, with Coach Boone Williams. Phenomenal team. They playing for actually a state championship this Wednesday, man, when they go up against, or this Tuesday, I should say, going up against Milton, man. But yeah, I got a chance to see that game when they played in the state championship game. They played Gainesville. And Noland was phenomenal. This team set a GHSA record for the most points scored in a season, right? And then this year, obviously, they got another big-time prolific offense yet again. So, man, I mean, he had so many great players. I know it probably hurt for him because, Jelani Thurman is there officially. They played together here at Langston Hughes. He had several players. Giovanni McGee's another one he played with. It's just so many guys. But I'm excited for him, man. I just want to see where he's going to end up and where he's going to land. As far as schools, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to really say. Obviously, we've seen a couple pieces coming off the board, right? We've seen Jackson Arnold coming off the board, going to Auburn, which was kind of surprising a little bit there. Miller Moss coming off the board, going to Louisville. Obviously, Tyler Show ended up hitting the NFL draft that he's going to go to. So there's some spots still open. I would love to see him go play for an SEC team or ACC team, to be honest with you. Now, what does that look like? Where does that fit? I'm not sure off the top of my head, right? I don't think it'll be North Carolina. Obviously, they just landed the services of Bryce Baker, who's a 4-star prospect. He decided to keep his pledge. But with Bill Belichick, you can never count them out. That's an interesting system for him as well. But I'm not sure about that one. Interesting one, and no one's talking about Miami. Miami, low-key, would be a cool one for Prentiss here, Noland. Now that I think about it, I've had a little chance here to think. And the reason I say that is because they going to hit the portal hard. You know what I'm saying? They're going to bring in some guys. And Cam Ward's out of eligibility. Like, he's going to the NFL, right? Who's going to be that next guy for Miami? Now, they got my guy Luke Nickel, who's special here in that plays for Milton. He's playing for another state championship. He's trying to win 2 in 2 years, right? But the reason I say Noland is because Noland can plug and play right now. I don't know when it goes to the college level. We will see how dynamic Luke is going to be. Now, I believe in Luke. But that's a potential guy I think can come in there and potentially be an instant impact type guy, got the experience, can learn the system. The Hurricanes make a lot of sense, obviously. Florida State's out of the question. They got Thomas Castellanos, so I think they feel good with what they got there. Yeah, I was trying to think of more ACC schools, man. I couldn't really come up with much. Maybe a Duke, maybe. Obviously, Malik Murphy hitting the portal. That could be an option for him. He is a very smart guy. So that could be an option for him as well. I really like the Miami pick, though. SEC, I'll throw in Arkansas potentially. They're going to need a quarterback. But again, that program, they're still figuring stuff out. So that's interesting. I'm not going to say Auburn, even though that wouldn't be a bad pick. But with them getting Jackson Arnold and obviously now Deuce Knight, I don't think they do it, even though Walker White just hit the portal as well. But Georgia is an underrated pick. Now, I know a lot of y'all going to look at me crazy. Why would Najee say Georgia? The reason I say Georgia is because Beck is likely going after this year. For the most part, I doubt he returns. We'll find out. Obviously, they're playing for a college football championship, so that won't be able to know until afterwards. But then you got Gunnar Stockton in there. They got Hezekiah Melinder. You know what I'm saying? They got Ryan Montgomery. But after that, they got Jaden Rashada, too, who hasn't hit the portal yet. But they could add more depth and another piece in there. And he played here in Georgia for Langston Hughes. So Georgia could be an outsider's chance. But those would be the top 2 schools I would say potentially. Again, I have no intel. I am just inferring. I'm thinking about Aaron Noland, his game, and places he could potentially fit. But Miami and Duke feel like some pretty good options potentially for him in the future. Now, again, we'll see what happens with that because, there's only so many quarterback spots. But it'll be interesting to see where he lands, man. But the kid was a stud out of high school. As you guys can see, a top 5 quarterback per on-3. One of the best in the country out of the 2024 class. There's definitely going to be a spot for him. You know what I'm saying? But this is an elite guy coming out of the portal, man. Didn't get a chance to play. But 6'2", 220, you can't replicate that. You can't replicate his football IQ, his acumen. You can't replicate his dual threat ability as well. Somebody, somebody, is going to get a dog. You know what? I mentioned actually ACC, and I actually mentioned the SEC. he might go to a Big 12 school. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised there either. Connor Whitman went to Houston in the Big 12 school. I wouldn't be shocked if he tries maybe Big 12 as well. Wherever he goes, though, he's going to be fun to watch. Just wait on it.